This video will show you how to build the Amira camera package from the LSBU Kitroom. Firstly, grab the tripod plate and attach it to the Manfrotto tripod. To attach the Amira to the VCT plate, align the triangle at the front and the pin at the back. Slide this forward and you'll hear it lock. To safely remove this from the plate, pull the release catch out and push the lever. This will release the Amira. We now need to attach the EVF to the Amira. Loosen the screw at the front of the Amira's top handle and push the EVF holder out so the locking pin is at the bottom. Now slide in your EVF. Push this lever down to lock it into place. Remove this cover and carefully place the EVF lead into the port. When this is in place, replace the cover. You can use this screw to change the operational angle of your EVF. To power your Amira, use one of the supplied V-Lock batteries. Insert the 50mm rods into the front of your Amira. If you wish to use the supplied follow focus, it is advised to put this on before your lens, as it doesn't easily fit between the barrel of the lens and the 50mm rods. Slide this onto the rods and secure it in place. Because the follow focus is in such a confined area, you may need to flip the focus cogs. To do this, unscrew it as shown and screw it back into the other side. To attach the lens to the Amira, press the locking lever down on the left hand side of the mount. This will release the body cap. Here you can see the PL mount's locking pin. Line this up with a guide on the back of your lens and slowly push it into the mount. Push the lever back up to lock the lens in place. This lever will unlock the focus gear and allow you to attach it to your lens. Always ensure there is a solid connection between your focus gear and your lens so it doesn't slip. You can now attach your matte box to your camera system. To do this, slide it onto the 15mm rod system. The matte box is designed to swing away, so it's easy to change lenses. To do this, pull up this lever. You can also change the height of the matte box to make sure it fits your lens. Release these two levers to do this. Use these screws to attach the matte box flags. A small HD monitor comes supplied with the Amira. There are multiple mounting points on the top of the Amira's handle. Mount the magic arm to this and screw in the monitor to the arm. To power this, use the supplied P-tap cable. Plug this into one of the ports in the battery plate. Now choose the output that you want to take from your camera and plug in the SDI cable. The power switch for the Amira is on the left hand side of the body. Hold this to turn it on. The Amira records onto CFast 2.0 cards. Open the latch on the left hand side of the camera body to insert your cards. There is a diagram to show you the correct orientation. The Amira's menu and control system is accessed through the electronic viewfinder. Press the M button on the top of the viewfinder to open up the menu, and use the jog wheel, located next to the monitor, to scroll through and change your settings. To set your resolution in codec, go to the recording menu. Here you can also choose your project's frame rate. This should be the chosen frame rate you plan to work in for your project. From within the Quick Access menu, you can control the majority of your camera settings. By pressing the button at the top left of the EVF, you can change the camera's frame rate. The top center button allows you to adjust the time code. The top right button allows you to change your shutter. This can be set either to speed or angle and can be switched from this screen. The bottom right button allows you to change your color temperature. Here you can set up 4 presets. Click the jog wheel to edit these, to adjust the Kelvin temperature as well as the tint settings. For quick access, these presets are mapped to the wheel on the left-hand side of the camera body. There is also an auto white balance button located on the camera body. Click this to perform an auto white balance. The bottom center button allows you to change the lookup table that's applied to your footage. From this page, you can cycle through the preset looks that are currently built into the Alexa, while also being able to configure if this look is going to be baked into your recording, and if it's going to be sent out through your monitor, EVF, or SDI ports. The bottom left button allows you to change your camera's exposure index. Here you can choose up to 3 presets. For quick access, these can be changed from the dial on the left-hand side of the camera body. The native exposure index of this camera is 800. Increasing your exposure index instead of introducing more light into your scene will increase the amount of noise in your image. The Amira comes stock with an internal ND filter. This can be adjusted using this dial at the front of your camera. There are 2 recording buttons on the Arri Amira. There is one located on the electronic viewfinder and another one on the camera body. When you are recording, you will be given this indication. To play back your footage, use the play button located at the bottom of your viewfinder. There are some other user buttons located on the viewfinder. This allows you to turn on and off your peaking settings. This button gives quick access to the exposure tool overlay. Here we can see false color being turned on and off. The next 2 buttons down are your user-assigned viewfinder buttons. These can be controlled from the User Buttons menu. The tabs VF1 and VF2 correlate to the corresponding buttons. Here you can designate your desired function. There are 4 other user buttons on the Arri Amira's camera body. To change the function of these, go to the User Buttons menu and select Camera User Buttons. Here you can assign up to 8 different functions. To use numbers 1 to 4, simply click the buttons on the camera body. To use buttons 5 to 8, hold the Shift key and then click the desired function button. There is also a user assignable dial located on the camera body. To change its function, go to the User Buttons menu, select the User Switch tab. This can be mapped to hold 3 different presets of your look, frames per second, or your shutter speed. If this is mapped to frames per second, it will update in your quick access menu to show which dial setting you have on. The back right of our camera body houses our inputs and outputs. These are 2 independent SDI outputs, camera sync, time code in and out, a 4-pin high-res connection for powering accessories, a 2-pin LEMO connection for powering accessories, a 6-pin LEMO connection for powering accessories, and an 8-pin battery connection for DC or brick batteries. The Amira also has 3 audio inputs on this side of the camera, 1 4-pin XLR and 2 3-pin XLR connections, as well as a headphone jack and volume adjustment for monitoring your audio. The dial next to each input allows you to change the voltage level of your connection, be it for a mixer or a microphone. On the left-hand side of the camera body, you have your external audio controls. This dial changes the function of the screen. Info shows an overview of the audio going into your Amira. The rest of the settings are locked when it is in this mode. The set dial allows you to navigate around the screen. The Amira records 4 channels of digital audio. Switching this dial allows you to control the options for channel 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. Using the set dial, scroll down to the bottom of the screen. Here you can choose which input you want to assign to each channel. Use the left and right dials to adjust the gain of each channel. Scroll up to change how you would like to monitor each channel. Scrolling up again allows you to change your roll-off preset. The top option allows you to select how you are controlling the channel, manually or using an automatic setting. If you've added too much gain to your channel and it's blowing out, you'll see this red indication. There are some further audio settings available when switching this dial to setup. Here you can turn your audio recording off and on, as well as being able to add a test tone. You can also connect Bluetooth headphones if you need to monitor from further away. These audio controls can also be manipulated through the EVF. To do this, head to the Recording tab and scroll down to the bottom of the page, where you can also turn your audio recording on and off, and manipulate each channel's gain. To wipe your CFast cards, head to the Media menu. Here you can erase each card independently, or delete the last clip played on either card. When you're finished with your camera and your cards are wiped, head to the Setup menu, where you can factory reset your Amira so it's ready to return to the kit room. For any questions about this item, or any from our store, contact the kit room.